Greetings and salutations. It's your man D Boogie. Probably for the last time in 2024. And first and foremost, I want to say happy holidays to everybody. I hope everybody had a great holiday, spent time with family and friends, and really, really enjoyed every minute of it. But with 2024 coming to a close, I have had the opportunity to smell some very, very, very incredible scents this year. Some from houses that you may have heard from, some from houses that you probably, I guarantee you have not heard from. But what I have done is I have brought today, and I have just brought my favorite things that I smelled all year. It's not in any order. Actually, I may get to my absolute favorites because there's more than one, but they all rank number one, but it's different houses, and I'll get more into that. But the first thing I'm going to do is talk about some of the clones or inspos that I got this year, and hands down, my favorite clone of this year. Everybody talks about Liquid Broom being the clone of the year, this, that, and the other, and yes, I enjoyed it, but you know, I still have yet to put it on, and it's just been that magical for me. I have yet to walk into a store and women start throwing their panties at me or anything like that from people that I've seen other reviewers talk about how this fragrance does to them. Not that I want anybody throwing their panties at me, but you know, just still, I don't get it. But for me, my favorite clone inspo dupe of this year goes to Fierté. And that's a baby cat dupe. And it is my favorite. I like it better than Reefer Cot, Nile Queen, any of the other ones. I actually like it better than Baby Cat. I do. But I just love that fragrance. So Fierté will go is my only real clone. That's my only real clone. Like I said, Liquid Broom was good. There were a couple of other ones that I smelled. The Kingdom was good, but it wasn't that. You know what I mean? I want something that's going to be completely just that thing. Now, as far as my next clone goes, the only other clone in here was one I just recently picked up, and it is a clone of one of my favorite fragrances out. And this is a clone of Tony Iommi's Monkey Special by Xerjoff, and this is Rockstar. And this one is amazing. There's another one by Montagna called Monkey Special that I want to pick up to compare, but this one, it's so good. Yeah. So then we're going to move on to a house that I spoke about called The Collection by Jared. And this fragrance I have been wearing because it is easy reach, easy wearing, anytime, anywhere fragrance, clean, spicy. It's beautiful. 1982, The Collection by Jared. I'm not going into full review of these because I've done review on all of these. This is just a list of the best things that I've smelled all year long. Collection by Jared, 1982. Bangers. All of these are at least 9s in my book. At least a 9. The Collection by Jared, it moved up. It moved up. Because if you watch my original video, I didn't give it a 9, but look at the dent. Look at the dent. I've been wearing it. I've been wearing this. Mm. Now, these two here are by Middle Eastern houses. One of them is a popular clone house, but this one is not a clone of anything that I know of. And what I did find out that it was a clone of, I have never heard of, never seen, never smelled. But this is probably my sleeper of the year. Armaf Effects of Unique. Caramel, fruity, smooth, woody. It's nice. This is delicious. And then my other one that I picked up was by the house of Ahmed Al Maghribi, and this is Ignite Oud. And this bad boy is a monster. Let me see, there it is. Fruit, saffron, leather. Put you in the mind of like the whole oud maracuya, you know, but not the passion fruit, but it's still fruity with the leather and the saffron. Potent. A couple of sprays will do you. Lasts all day, all night. Good stuff. Date night, special occasions. This isn't something that you just wear to the office, to the gym. No. Now, if you want to do that, 1982 is going to do you. That'll fill all the holes. That is a good one for that. Fierte is more of a date night. You know, most of these, but you know. So now we're going to move on to a house that I reached out to and I got some things from called Hexennacht. And Caroline over at Hexennacht, probably one of the most incredible people. Well, all of the people that I'm going to talk about are very, very incredible people. And I wish all of you all very, very prosperous New Year's and nothing but success in the future. And I look forward to, you know, doing more work with you all. But Hexennacht sent me a plethora of their scents. And some of them were more unique, special scents, you know, they had polarizing centichords and things of that nature. But the 4 that I have, actually there's 5 of the 15 or so that they sent me that are just amazing, and I still wear them. And a couple of these I'm waiting for it to be warmer so that I can wear them again. But Peach Cream, Peaches and Cream. Delicious. This one is probably one of the most slept on fragrances that I own. It is totally amazing, and I cannot wait for the warmer months to rock it. Rhubarb and Custard. The tart citrus zing with that rhubarb. Yeah, that's one. Vintage. Velvet Cocoon. And the other one I have, but I didn't bring it out, it's called Santal Vanille. That is probably one of my favorite layering of all of them. This Velvet Cocoon is very much like the whole Baby Cat with the vanilla caramel suede, you know, nuance, but it's nice, very rich, good leather. Yes, Hexennacht. All of them, all the ones that I named there are amazing. All 5 of those, but they have so many. It was really hard to narrow it down, but as of right now, December 31st, 2024, these are my favorite 5 by them. Now we're going to get to the house that started me on this journey. The house that really, really, really started me down the journey of nano perfumeries, down the house of these indie niche small houses. And that honor goes to Emily Ingdahl from Jitterbug Perfumes. Now, Emily's out of Astoria, Oregon, and Jitterbug is, that's where they're based out of. And she, if you get a chance, just go to her website and just read what, her story, read her journey. It's really, really good. And the passion that she puts into her craft is displayed through her website, through her work, and everything else. But she sent me some fragrances in the beginning that started me. She sent me Oregon Coast, Oregon Kindness, and Mojave Desert.
We're Facebook friends now.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. But Mojave Desert is probably one of the best fragrances that I own. Period. It is top 10. And it's discontinued.
Boo.
Sad panda. But I will hoard this 10 mil until the last drop squeezes out of it, because it is an amazing scent. But then again, so is Oregon Kindness. Oregon Kindness is probably one of the best cannabis-based fragrances, green fragrances, vegetal fragrances that I've, put my nose on, that's got the note of cannabis in it. Without being too dirty, raunchy, but having a light green, airy, vegetal feel. It's masterfully crafted. Very good. So, Jitterbug, Emily, Oregon Coast, Mojave Desert, 10. 10 out of 10. Now we're going to move on to another small indie house that I have had a lot of fun with these fragrances and the experience of it, her presentation, everything about it. And that's Crystal over at Maison des Animaux. And her fragrances take you on a journey as well. All of these fragrances take you on a journey. They usually are accompanied by some kind of story. Now, Maison des Animaux does not have the extensive library of Hexennacht, Jitterbug, or Sucreabeille, which I will talk about in a little bit. However, when I tell you, every one of her fragrances did not miss. None of them. None of them were bad. 3 of them were absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 bangers, out the frame, full bottle worthy, delicious. Oh my God. Limerence, Beltane, and the number 1 star of the show, Bohem. I'm telling you, magic in a bottle. All of these that I've mentioned so far have been magic in a bottle. Craftsmanship, performance, everything has been nothing but stellar. But Bohem, Beltane, incredible. Incredible. I plan to do a live with as many of these small indie house people as soon as possible this year, so that I can introduce everybody, to them a little more. And I believe Crystal is going to be the first one slated from Maison des Animaux. So we'll be doing that in the next week or two. So be on the lookout for that. And you'll get a chance to, meet her and hear how she began to, how she got into her craft and what inspires her, and what some of her favorite notes and fragrances are. And I want to do that for all of them. I want to do that for Emily. I want to do that for Caroline. I want to do that for Jerion. Any of these small houses, Jared, any of the ones that, that wouldn't mind being showcased. I got you. 2025. Let's grow stronger together. So let's move on to the next house. Now, this house came from the house of Tempus Vitae. They sent me over a few of their fragrances, Carpe Diem, one of the other ones, but Fête d'Ambre was that one. It was a 10. If you go back and watch my review, you'll know that was that thing. Fête d'Ambre. Yes, sir. Now, these came from a house called Maison L'Avenir. And they sent me some things most recently. And I haven't really had a chance to spend a lot of time with them as much. I will be going into more depth of them, but there is one that they have from their fragrance that just knocked me off my socks from the time I smelled it. Jeez. Oud Intense. Rosy, jammy, oody, sweet, maybe a hint of leather in there too. It's in that same, they all have that same, the ones with the fruit and the leather. This is probably some raspberry in here, some kind of red berry. It smells so good. I can't wait to really, really revisit this. I've worn it once or twice, but this is definitely more of a special occasion type of fragrance. They've got a couple of other ones here that were really good too. Opulent Odyssey, Nebula Nectar. But Oud Intense was that one from Maison L'Avenir. But like I said, I'll be getting into more of those and doing more reviews on those as the year progresses. Because like I said, I haven't had a chance to really, really spend a lot of time with them. It was just a first impression. But this one really, really impressed me. Oud Intense. Now, this next house is a house called NAZAR Fragrances out of Raleigh. And he's got a lot of different fragrances and Black Leopard, and he does inspos of other fragrances, and some of his are amazing, but his originals are really, really good. I have Chocolate Bay, Caramel Bay, and this one, Oud Cake. Oud Cake took the cake. 10 out of 10 would recommend NAZAR Fragrances. If you've never heard about them, I mean, the concentration, the oil concentration in these are so bananas. And the longevity and the projection and everything about this. This Oud Cake will stay in your clothes, on your skin, everywhere until you wash it off. Delicious. Spicy cake batter with some oud. Man, look here. Just in case you haven't realized, I discovered my love for oud this year. never really knew that I had a love for something that was described as raunchy, animalic, and sometimes funky. But I guess when you blend it with the right things, even civet works out good, because I got some fragrances with some civet too, and I never would have thought that civet or any other kind of animal excretion would be, that. I know it just sounds disgusting, doesn't it, baby? But now, last but absolutely not least, we got Natif Parfums. Now, he didn't have a name before, so I had just been referring to him by his name, Jerrion Clayton. Well, my man finally got his branding, got everything done, and he is under Natif, Natif, Natif. And he's got his line. And when I tell you, blown away with the performance of these fragrances, not just that they smell good, but the performance of these fragrances is absolutely unmatched outside of the straight oil concentration. I have never sprayed anything on me that has performed in the manner of his fragrances. And not only that, they smell amazing. Swamp water, probably the greatest freshie on the planet. Absolutely my favorite freshie on the in this hemisphere. You can layer it with anything. You can wear it by itself. It works in the summertime. It works in the wintertime. This is packed full of neroli and all the good. It's amazing how well this performs and how many compliments it gets, and just how effortlessly you will find yourself reaching for this. Swamp water. My favorite of his line, though, is this one. Oud Gourmand Delight. Chocolatey, oud, coffee, little boozy, delicious. Not like Black Phantom, or it's done in a way that it's its own thing. But it's still, if you like that dark, sweet, sexy type of scent, where you walk in the room and it's gonna be like, who's that masked man? That's that one. And then he's got another one that he came out with recently, and it is supposed to be, I guess, Swamp Water 2.0, another green, another freshie. And it is good too. It's growing on me. I'm gonna have to definitely revisit a little more, because Swamp Water, it's gonna take a lot to really dethrone that one. But all of his really good. Cotton Candy Delight, Conception, Oud Tobacco Cafe, Oud Gourmand Delight, Swamp Water, Green Giant. All of them. Any of them, you can't go wrong. You can't. Period. So those were the best fragrances that I had the chance to really spend some time with. Now, I did get some other ones later, on in the year that did not make the list. But that did not mean that they were not good. I just did not get a chance to spend enough time with them to actually, make the proper to say, yes, this would have been, but the ones that I have in front of me here, if I were to have to start my collection over right now, I would take Swamp Water, Oud Gourmand Delight, Fierté, Bohème, Oud Cake, Beltane, Fête d'Ambre, Rhubarb and Custard, Velvet Cocoon, Effects of Unique, Mojave Desert. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Emily. Ignite Oud, Rockstar, 1982. Now, I will say 1982 until I get Sex Demon, because he's got one called Sex Demon that I'm really, really anxious to get my hands on. But I will say 1982 for now. But Sex Demon very well may replace that. But that will be for 2025, I guess. And then last, oh my God. I forgot my honorable mention. My honorable mention was one that I have been waiting for, not really waiting for, but one that I just did, but it was just so good that I just had to put it in here. And this one is by the house of Sucreabeille. And if you want to know anything more about them, I did a long video unboxing, huge video where Christy and I went over them. But this one is called You're in a Cult, Call Your Dad.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah. So Sucreabeille, another one by the house. So, like I said, if I had to start over, it would be from these houses, and I would go from there. But to everybody out there, Happy New Year. I wish you nothing but love, prosperity, and nothing but blessings for this upcoming year to you and your families. So if you've been here this long, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. I'm going to have to go in here and punch my cat because he's getting on my nerves now. I hear you, buddy. I'm coming. Let daddy finish. But for the rest of y'all, till the next time, peace, love, hair grease.